So what is resilience and how do you build it? I encourage you to watch this video to the end for some useful answers. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Mike Vini and I regularly share brand new videos, and I invite you to subscribe so you don't miss this opportunity. Our company, Mike Vini Inc., has published a course on building resilience for lifelong emotional wellness. I invite you to watch a snippet from this course featuring Chelsea, our narrator, and I hope you find it useful in conquering life's challenges with real inner strength.
When you think clearly, flexibly, and creatively, even when you're under pressure, you have mental resilience. Mental resilience is your ability to problem solve, conceptualize goals, and execute strategies. Without mental resilience, making sound decisions in difficult situations will be challenging or downright impossible. The best thing you can do to build mental resilience, also known as psychological resilience, is to recognize and prevent thinking traps. Thinking traps are unhealthy ways of thinking that appear suddenly when we feel sad, angry, anxious, depressed, or stressed. There are 8 common thinking traps that can damage your mental resilience, including overgeneralization, black and white thinking, labeling, jumping to conclusions, mental filter, emotional reasoning, should statements, and discounting positives. Let's go over each one to better understand and navigate them to build mental resilience. Overgeneralization is a thinking trap in which you connect a negative situation to a constant cycle of bad things happening. One example of this is using always or never statements, such as, "Why does it always rain when I want to go for a walk?" "Life never goes my way." When you recognize overgeneralization in your thinking, reframe those thoughts. For example, "I'll do yoga on the porch so I can listen to the rain." Or, "I'll put on my raincoat and walk in the rain so it'll be like playing in the sprinklers when I was a kid." Black and white thinking is when you believe that everything is either good or bad. When you think in black and white terms, you see things as a complete failure or complete success with no middle ground. If something doesn't go exactly as planned, you may completely give up on it instead of persevering. If you find yourself falling into black and white thinking, remind yourself that every instance of failure is just an opportunity to learn, grow, and try again. The next thinking trap to look out for is labeling. Labeling is when you say only negative things about yourself or others. For example, "I missed a question on my exam. I'm stupid." Or, "She didn't say hello to me. She hates me." Counteract this way of thinking by reframing negative thoughts into positive ones. For example, "I only missed one question on my exam. I really know this stuff." Or, "She usually says hello. Maybe she's having a bad day. I'll try again tomorrow." Another example of a negative thought process is mind reading or jumping to conclusions about what others are thinking. This is assuming people have bad intentions or are thinking negatively about you, even if they've done nothing to indicate it. When you find yourself thinking that someone else may be thinking about you negatively, remind yourself not to make assumptions. To prevent worrying unnecessarily while jumping to conclusions, one member of our team accepts the worst possible outcome of a situation and then works backward to see if he can improve the situation without making false assumptions in the process. For example, if you thought that a coworker doesn't like you, you would accept that they don't and carefully work to improve your relationship with them. A mental filter is when you focus only on negative aspects of a situation while ignoring the positive. If you change your thinking, you can see the positives in almost every situation, from a minor car accident where no one is injured to an argument with your spouse that results in you both better understanding each other. Focusing on gratitude, even in difficult situations, can help you avoid this particular thinking trap. Another trap is emotional reasoning or believing that your emotions reflect reality. For example, if you feel like a failure, this does not mean you are a failure. It's entirely possible that some people look at you as a role model for success. We hold ourselves to high standards, which makes this a common trap. Our minds can run wild with specific thoughts and worries. Accept that your emotions are valid, but may not reflect reality. Should statements pop up when you tell yourself how you should feel or act. For instance, I should be able to do this without getting stressed. If you find yourself shoulding all over yourself, remind yourself that there's no one correct way to feel or do things. The last thinking trap we're going to explore together is discounting positives. Discounting positives is when you shrug off or downplay positive things that are said about you. When someone gives you a compliment and you respond by thinking, they didn't really mean that, they were only being nice, you are discounting a positive. Instead, thank them and really sit with and consider what they said. The best way to deal with thinking traps is by recognizing them and shutting them down when they pop up. If you notice yourself falling into any of these thinking traps, remember that they lead to more negativity and will not help you overcome life's obstacles. Reframe negative thoughts as they happen, replacing them with positive thoughts. Do your best to look for solutions rather than only dwelling on problems, and, most importantly, focus on what you can control.
If you'd like to learn more about this course for yourself or your organization, I invite you to visit www.mikevini.com or click the link in the description. If you liked this video, please click that like button. If you found it useful and you want to share it with your friends, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey.